Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome back. I know you're in the darkness now, but soon you shall be in the light. It's Coffee with Kahtide. Welcome, folks. Welcome to Coffee with Kahtide. I'm your host, Kahtide. Hope you're doing well today on this lovely day, lovely Sunday. Thank you for tuning into our show today. Coffee with Kahtide is where we discuss the most up-to-date news, pop culture, and today we're trying a new segment out where I complain about something instead of answering your question, because it seems like people love to hear me complain. So we're going to give that a try. But if you're looking for a taste of what's going on in the world, as well as for some bitterness for me, lol, you've come to the right place. Now, before we get to the show, you can find me on a variety of lovely social media sites, including Tumblr, Instagram, Blue Sky, Mastodon. You can find VODs and videos on YouTube. You can also find me on X, that place that's still around somehow. Feel free to follow me on all those places. I'm content on all those joints. You can also follow me at my Discord. Oh, hang on a second. My cat doing something stupid. Gort, what are you doing? He's being a bit of a nuisance this morning. It's fine. Cats be catting. Anyway, lastly, last social stuffs here. I work as a game dev, so if you're interested in checking out my video game development project, that is Salve Development at salvedevelopment.com. So SALVE Development, DEVELOPMENT.com. So check it out. I'm gonna have to hang on. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna kick my cat out. Back. Sorry about that. Sorry, Spotify listeners, for interrupting your listening auditory experience. I had to kick my cat out. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. Lastly, if you're enjoying the show, consider following and subscribing. I don't know how you would enjoy it so far, but that's okay. I also appreciate any contributions you can make through my Koffee link. Your donations and subscriptions help support the show and all my creative efforts. I also have a Patreon for my game development project, so if you support there, that also helps me out a lot, and you get some freebie perks, so go check it out. All right. Now, we've got plenty of global news, plenty of pop culture updates to tackle. We need to get into it before we get out of it. Let's start. I don't know what that means.
It's time for the news. Let's hear it, Kahtide.
All right, folks. It's current events. You know what that means. We're talking about the news of the day. We're talking about what's going on out there, how things are faring, politics, the economy, all that boring shit. You get it. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, let me load up my little handy dandy guide here. Biggest news I think that everyone's been talking about has been this bridge collapse business. Have you heard about it? The Baltimore Bridge came down pretty recently. Due to a collision with a boat, with a whole ass boat. A whole ass boat just hit a support column and ended up taking out the whole damn bridge. We got some videos, some links here. Hang on, I'm gonna queue up some links, some clips for us here. Nope, not that. I hate copying. I gotta find a better way to copy links and stuff. Okay, here we go. Let me pull up. Look here. Baltimore Key Bridge collapse. Latest Herculean effort as workers begin removing wreckage from water. Where's my fucking clip? I thought I had a clip here. Okay, let me pull up this Yahoo clip. That should do the trick. Cranes arrive at Baltimore bridge collapse site. Governor describes daunting task of cleanup.
But Baltimore's been tested before. And every time, we stand up on 2 feet, we dust ourselves off, and we keep moving forward. Baltimore may get knocked down, but Baltimore doesn't stay down.
Is this just his statement?
Baltimore gets back up.
I think this is just his statement.
And the reason I came here today is because I'm calling on everybody to do their part. In this game, nobody gets to sit on the sidelines.
Where's the fucking... I thought I had a clip of this thing
every single
collapsing.
Baltimorean, and we need every single Marylander to join us in this work to rebuild this bridge and rebuild this city.
God damn it. I thought I had a clip. Hang on. Let me find the clip. I'm sure there's a video of it collapsing. Someone took a video of it collapsing. Oh my god. I thought I had this. I love when news fucking doesn't show me the fucking clip of the thing I wanted to see. Here. Okay. I think I've got it. It's on YouTube. Here. Let's pull it up and watch the clip. Is it just me, or are news sites like 10 times more useless than they've ever been? I feel like it's the case. I don't know if that's just me or not, but I really do feel like they've just gotten worse. Okay, here we go. Play that thing. I say as it spins. Come on, Guardian. There we go. Look at that. Boosh! It hit the column. Everything came down. There were people on that bridge too. Ooh, brother. It doesn't even feel like it's not like an explosion or anything. It just sinks. Look, I'm just gonna slow this down really quick for myself. Also, why is this in fucking 720? I swear to God, Guardian, can you just fucking work with me here? Lord. All right, play that thing. Slow-mo. Look at this. It's just Spotify listeners. I will explain. It just kind of sinks. Like the boat hits, and then one half of it all just sinks down right alongside of it, and then the other half tilts up, and all of it just kind of splashes down, nice and slow, and then the rest of the bridge just sinks into the water, all solemnly. It's very sad looking. There's a little bit of an explosion there. There's a few small explosions you can see, but I think that's probably just like, I don't know, cars exploding, probably. Oh no. Absolutely awful. But yeah, that's what we're seeing here. So it ended up crashing. It was, I believe, what was it? MSC, the largest ocean carrier in the world, has notified clients it will terminate their container contracts when cargo is delivered to a diversion port, leaving shippers responsible for moving goods are potentially facing delay charges. That's apparently a declaration they made after the bridge collapse. Are they the responsible company? I don't recall. Apparently, a bunch of different organizations. Okay, so this is something I didn't know. So a bunch of different organizations that are responsible for cargo shipping, such as CMA, CGM, Costco, and Evergreen, are announcing force majeure, a legal term which refers to the right to waive contract duties when events beyond a party's control occurs. So not only is Baltimore fucked because the bridge is fucking collapsed, but all the companies that are going to deliver equipment and supplies, materials and shit, are canceling their contracts. Oh my goodness. Also, I didn't see this one either. Freighter pilot called for tugboat help before plowing into Baltimore Bridge. What boat was this? What was the company? I wish I knew. Two men were recovered too. Two workers, I think. Alejandro Hernandez Fuentes, 35. Dorlean Roniel Castillo Cabrera, 26. Oh no. One from Mexico, one from Guatemala. Very sad. Apparently, the port handles more automobile and farm equipment freight than any other in the country, as well as container freight and bulk goods from sugar to coal. And 8,000 jobs are directly associated with port operations. Goodness gracious. So yeah, crazy stuff happened. Pretty crazy stuff. Do they have a fucking clip of this, of them talking about it? None of these clips are very good. They're all way too long. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to hit on this really quickly. I think people have probably talked it to death already. But yeah, this is a pretty recent big deal. Baltimore's dealing with this, grappling with this right now. I just want to know what company it was involved in the bridge collapse. Hang on. I'm gonna check. I want to know who to blame. What's the cargo company? Let's see. Okay, there's a clip here from KTLA 5. Maybe they have an explanation of who's going to fucking pay for this.
Tonight, a massive salvage operation is underway right now in Baltimore. Divers and boats, helicopters are all working together to clear that wreckage of the collapsed bridge. Officials say the recovery and the rebuilding expected to cost hundreds of millions of dollars, but the full impact on the economy could be even more.
Looks like it's mostly Maersk containers. Wonder if it's Maersk.
What started as a race against time for survivors is now a massive recovery project.
Unified Command are conducting planning and engineering assessments 24 hours a day. We have assets on the water enforcing safety zones 24 hours a day. We have assessments on the Dolly being conducted 24 hours a day.
Maryland's Governor Wes Moore today saying they're all hands on deck, working to cut and remove the first section of twisted steel from the bridge. The complicated extraction involves 10 tugboats, 9 barges, 8 salvage vessels, and 7 floating cranes, including one capable of lifting 1,000 tons.
The Army Corps and their partners will begin to move forward with the crane operations today. The north sections of the Key Bridge are going to be cut up and removed.
Lord, even with like this many boats working on it, it's going to take them at least like a year or two to get this thing clear and at least something put back in there. My God. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't want to delve too much deeper into this. There's not much to say. It's just a bridge collapse. I mean, this is America's infrastructure right here. Like, you're seeing this and you're going to see this for many years, I think. We have not invested in our infrastructure. Obviously, look, this one, there was a boat that crashed into a column. These things happen. That's maybe not necessarily an infrastructure problem, but bridge collapses, they're going to be a thing. Building collapses, they're going to be a thing. When our government doesn't invest in infrastructure, when we have a shipping industry that is so dedicated to pushing out as much product as possible without any regard for safety, this is the thing that's going to happen. So, sad thing. My heart goes out to anybody who ended up getting hurt. I know 2 people at least were killed in that. So, definitely sad stuff. Very sad stuff. Other big news was the recent Russian terrorist attack that I wanted to cover. That was pretty crazy. I don't know if anybody's seen I haven't personally watched the clips. I heard that they were pretty gruesome, but I have heard about what has happened, and I did read about kind of the events that took place. So I'm just pulling up a couple links for us here. I wonder if there's any clips for us to watch. Let's see. BBC? I don't think BBC's got any clips. Okay, that's fine. I'll just kind of talk it through. So, they've arrested some suspects in the concert hall attack. 143 people were killed. It was a Crocus City Hall in Moscow that was attacked. It was during a concert. So, what ended up happening here is that during the Friday show at Crocus City Concert Hall, gunmen shot people who were waiting for a show. I forget what the rock band was, but there was a band that was set to play. Then they set the building on fire. They were filming themselves while they were doing so. Apparently, out of the 11 suspects that got arrested, according to the AP, it turns out that about 4 of them were identified as Tajik nationals, which appeared in a Moscow court on Sunday on terrorism charges. Apparently had shown some signs of severe beatings. I'm not surprised. One appeared to be barely conscious during the hearing. I see. Also, the Islamic State group has claimed responsibility for the massacre. So I imagine that they're working with the Tajiks here. However, Russian officials, including Putin, believe that the West and Ukraine have had a role in the attack, and I believe they have this running theory that the Islamic State is, an attack dog of the West now. At this point, it's been cowed and turned into a tool. I don't know if that's true. I don't know well enough about the Islamic State's history in the past 5 or 10 years to be able to identify if that's true or not. But it does seem like a misdirection, if nothing else. I mean, I would. It does seem like it's a little out of nowhere, but I also would not be surprised if, perhaps there might be some in Tajikistan who feel that Russia doesn't represent their interests. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Ukraine is denying involvement, and is saying that Moscow is pushing the allegation as a pretext to intensify the fighting. 70 people remain hospitalized so far from the injuries, many in severe condition, unsurprisingly, considering, they got shot and burned. Yeah, not great. More information on the Tajik connection. It's a 10 million person strong country, borders Afghanistan, which of course makes sense that there might be some overlap here. If you are familiar with Afghanistan, Russia did invade it and try to take control of it for a while. Sort of their own Vietnam. That was in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. And then, following that, of course, Afghanistan and America's history with it. So there's that. Not surprised that there might be some sort of repercussions here. This is always downstream, when you treat a population of people poorly, there's always going to be downstream effects from that in the following years. It's just what happens. But yeah, Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the concert attack. It's carried out by its network's Afghan branch, Islamic State Khorasan. So, see, there's the Afghan connection there as well. But this makes sense that I feel like it makes sense that Russia would try to pin this on Ukrainian nationalists because, what are they gonna? They have no there's no real vested interest in going after Afghanistan or Tajikistan. They're in a quagmire with Ukraine. They need to turn every piece of it, every focus that they have on Ukraine and finishing off Ukraine. That's their focus here, as far as I can tell. So, being distracted by Tajikistan, by the Islamic State, is not something they can afford. Obviously, they're going to be working in the back end to deal with this. They clearly already arrested some guys for this, so they were working on it. But they've got to bring this back home towards Ukraine. They can't worry about opening up another front. They can't worry about making waves in another country. They're going to have to handle this quietly, in my opinion, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, I will say Russia has had some successes in handling things quietly. Of course, they are the poison experts of the world, but we'll just have to see how this develops because this isn't great. Naturally, the BBC reports further in Loyob, they do not believe anyone from their village was capable of taking part in the jihadist massacre at Moscow's Crocus City Hall. But Feridun Shamsidin is now one of 4 Tajik citizens held in a Moscow jail suspected of murdering at least 143 people last week. The 25-year-old is also accused of recruiting 2 other men to help the gunman. I thought there was at least... Yeah, okay. There's at least 4, so he recruited a few folks, too. Trying to see if there are any more details that are irrelevant here. Tajik President Emomali Rahmon has long drawn attention to extremism in areas of Tajikistan, especially among young people. His condemned Crocus City Hall attack a shameful and terrible event. God. You can't see this in the Spotify picture, or in the Spotify clip, but there is a picture of one of the attackers. He definitely looks like he got beat the fuck up. Because this dude is, his face is all messed up. Ugh. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. We'll have to watch how this develops. But yeah, not great. Definitely sucks to see a lot of people die like that. But also, this is an expected downstream effect, I think, of Russia's own boondoggles in the MENA region, you know. Oh well, let's move on to other news. Let's see. We could do a fun one. Let's do a fun one. You know, we haven't done any fun ones yet. We're going to talk about Trump then. Let's do some domestic news. He has been in a little bit of hot water over some of his business practices as of late because he is under the gun, you might say, because of his really unfortunate, so unfortunate experiences with the law and with the legal pressure he's under. He's dealing with a lot of legal pressure, let's just say. So he's been endorsing a number of products, including shoes, NFTs, and most controversially of all, Bibles. My man's selling Bibles.
Donald Trump facing mounting legal bills, now revealing he is selling Bibles, charging $59.99 a Bible. This is a licensing deal. Trump.
Okay, hang on. I already got to stop him. I already got to stop you there. That's $60. What did you say? $60? That's you can get a Bible for free at a hotel, man. You don't got to spend that much.
Facing mounting legal bills, now revealing he is selling Bibles, charging $59.99 a Bible. This is a licensing deal. Trump will collect royalties, meaning some of the proceeds from the Bible sales will go directly.
God bless the U.S. That's it. That was a weak ass clip. Okay. Well,
there are still many folks who
shut up. Okay. Well, Bibles. There you go. $60 Bibles. Do I have another clip? Come on. I just sworn I picked up another one. I'm so bad at getting these clips. I need like an editor or something if I'm doing this show. I really do. I need someone to help me out on this. Anyway, I'll just cover the details and we'll go into some other parts about it because he's been doing more than just this. So Trump selling Bibles, $59.99 for a Bible. The only Bible endorsed by President Trump, according to ABC News. It's in addition to the King James version of the Bible, the book features a handwritten chorus to God Bless the USA, the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance, its website states. According to its site, this Bible is not owned, managed, or controlled by Trump, the Trump Organization, or its affiliated entities, even though he is advertising it. It uses Trump's name, likeness, and image under paid license through his licensing company. So he gets a cut of the profits, but apparently it's not all going to him. This new product, however, is not political and has nothing to do with any political campaign, according to the website. And its proceeds don't go to the 2024 campaign. Sure. Maybe they don't go to the 2024 campaign, but I'm sure they probably go to paying Trump's legal fees. Oh, yep. All right. Promoting the Bible in a video posted on his social media platform, Trump said all Americans need a Bible in their home, and I've got many. I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book, he continued. This Bible is a reminder that the biggest thing we have to bring back America, to make America great again, is our religion. God. Isn't that great? I forgot about this. In a speech in 2016, he called one of the books of the Bible 2 Corinthians, when it is more commonly known as 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. oh, that's so good. What else? So yeah, what else is he selling? Sneakers, perfume. Let's see. Is that what else is on the list? Scented candles. Is he still selling steaks? I wonder if he's still selling steaks. Let's see. We're gonna get it turned around again, folks, is what he said. Make America great again, folks. Sorry, I'm just quickly speed reading through here. There, we got the sneakers. I remember the sneakers came out. So, if you can't see this on the Spotify, he's got those gold sneakers with the American flag motif. They got a big old T on the side, red soles. Like he's got the red bottom soles. It's ugly as shit. It's an ugly ass piece of shit. And it looks like the kind of shoe that would fall apart on you within about like a month of wear. It's the gold material. I really think the gold material looks cheap as shit. Like it's not gonna last. The Trump sneakers range in price from $199 up to $399 to pre-order. There are 2 styles decorated with the number 45. There's also selling a sneaker called Victory 47. I'm sorry, my mistake. Sorry, the website is selling a perfume that's called Victory 47, a clone and perfume, which they both cost $99. Victory is the signature scent of strength and success, encased in a luxurious gold bottle. The site's description of the clone reads. Yeah, interesting. All right, that's where he's at. So that's one half of what he's working on here. Is he's trying to get some big bucks. The other half of what he's working on here is he's pissing people off. So you need money if you want to piss some people off, and if you want to piss off a judge, you need a lot of money. I'll tell you that much. This guy, he's got Trump books. He's got Trump books, people. He's got a lot of dollars. He's got a lot of ducats in his war chest, people. He's got a lot of ducats. Got a lot of ducats. Very, very, very wealthy man. Very wealthy. So recently, a federal judge, he's warning Trump. He's warning him to stop attacking in an extraordinary rebuke. He put a gag order on him, but then Trump said, "Nuh-uh, you cannot gag me."
The New York judge in Donald Trump's upcoming hush money trial has made it crystal clear this week that he is not in the mood for any games from the former president or his legal team, banning Trump from attacking prosecutors, witnesses, and jurors. So Trump has found someone new to attack. Judge Juan Merchan's daughter. In a new post tonight, he calls her out by name. Trump goes after her as a, quote, rabid Trump hater because she's done work for Democratic campaigns in the past. He didn't stop there.
That.
He also accused her of posting a picture.
I love that. You can't go after anybody important. So I'm gonna go after his daughter. I'm gonna make his daughter feel bad. He's gonna feel bad that he made his daughter feel bad. This is his problem. Of him behind bars, which Trump says, quote, makes it completely impossible for me to get a fair trial. I should note, however, completely impossible.
That is apparently not true. And the New York State court system says that long ago, Judge Merchan's daughter abandoned that Twitter account, and that it's also not linked to her email.
Oop.
Even so, she's a private citizen. She's not party to this case. I should note that the gag order that the judge did put in place earlier this week doesn't apply to himself nor to his family. Tonight, I want to bring in senior U.S. District Judge Reggie Walton, who was nominated for judgeships by both Presidents Bush 41 and 43. And it's great to have you here, Judge, tonight. And I just want to say thank you for joining us.
Sorry, I just wanted to check something. I wanted to see if we had one where he was talking about it. Yeah, here's that gag order with Stormy Daniels. Okay, it's just some fucking... This is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I'm going to take a quick pause. This is a clip on Newsweek. Hey, Newsweek, can you get someone to talk about the clip? Or are you just going to play... You're just going to play a little video. Are you just going to play a little video where you show the tweet and you put some fucking clip art over it? I fucking hate this shit. Fuck you, Newsweek. Any other good clips? No. Okay. Whatever. We'll just continue watching the CNN clip.
Attacking a judge and his family and their family is clear. I wonder how you would respond to something like this.
Well,
okay. I don't actually give it. I'm sorry. I don't care about this guy's opinion either. Whatever. It's fine. We're going to move on. We got the story. We understand what's going on. Trump is pissing people off. He's attacking a judge. He's attacking a judge's family. It's a deal that he's doing. God, I am so... This is so scuffed. I'm so fucking scuffed here. I was going to... Here. There's like a thing here I was trying to get into. Because there was actually something on the Newsweek thing I wanted to talk about as well. Hang on. No, not that. The other article. The New Republic article is what I wanted to look over. Because it was about the Stormy Daniels case here. Wasn't it? Am I getting confused? Okay, fuck this. You know, I'm getting confused. Okay, we're gonna move on. Silliness is happening. Trump's attacking people. Whatever. Moving on. Oh my god. I'm a little. It's been like a couple weeks since I've done a coffee with Kahtide where we talk about the news. I've been out of it. Bear with me, okay? Oh no. Okay. Well, that's fine. What else do we have on the list? Let's see. All of these events are really sad. All of these events are just really sad. I guess we could talk about this one. Here, I'll load one up. I'll load another one up here. So this one was a piece of news that hit recently. 8-year-old's the only survivor after a bus plunges off a cliff in South Africa, and it killed 45 people. Absolutely awful. Here, let's load up this clip here. This quality's awful. Yeah, this isn't Cape Town. Can I get a fucking, like, oh my god, I can't see a thing in this video. Oh well, okay. Yeah, you can see some wreckage here. They took a huge ass tumble. I don't know how anybody could survive this crash. Only one kid, one child who's receiving medical attention right now survived this crash. But look at that. That's a whole fucking gorge. 164 feet they plunged. Oh my god. That is a very big fall. But yeah, this is something that happened over the week. I don't know if anybody else heard about that. But yeah, another crazy disaster. I don't know how you managed to survive this, by the way. Look at that. For Spotify listeners, it is a like entire bus that is just. It looks like, okay. How do I describe it? It's like if you looked at a campfire after it had been completely extinguished, but it's a bus and not a campfire. That's what it looks like here. Absolutely awful. So the story is that a bunch of worshippers were they're Easter pilgrims. They were traveling from Botswana to Moria. They crashed in Mamatlakala, the northern province of Limpopo, South Africa. The sole survivor was an 8-year-old girl who was airlifted to a hospital with serious injuries, according to the SABC. They were traveling from Gaborone, capital city of neighboring country Botswana. They were trying to go to Zion Christian Church for an Easter conference. Okay. The bus reportedly caught fire after plunging through barriers and off a bridge. The cause of the crash is under investigation. According to the province's transport department, according to reports, the driver lost control and the bus fell onto a rocky surface some 50 meters under the bridge and caught fire. Awful. Some bodies are burned beyond recognition. Others are trapped inside the debris, and others are scattered on the scene. They only managed to recover 12 at the time of writing here. Ow, that's so awful. Oh my god. So they were coming from Botswana here out to South Africa here. Traveling this way. Ended up crashing. Absolutely awful. But yeah, that's what I'm saying about all this being bad news. I've been looking through the news, I've been combing through it, and it's been nothing but this. Like, that was the thing about Trump selling Bibles was literally the funniest thing in the news today, and that was it. I have one more piece of news to cover, and then we can move on to some more entertaining stuff. How about that? Let's go to this next item. We're talking about Israel, but not necessarily about Israel-Palestine specifically, although it does have to do with it. I'm trying to not dive into those topics so much, just because it is really stressful and hard to see all that really, really awful stuff. But it is important, so please don't turn away from that. This is related to it because it is kind of some of the aftershocks of the actions that a lot of the Zionist forces and the Zionist government body have been making. Israeli court halts subsidies for ultra-Orthodox who don't serve an army. So if you're not aware, a lot of ultra-Orthodox have exemptions from serving in the army due to, being ultra-Orthodox and heavily religious and being really involved in the religious aspects of Judaism in Israel. And they're a pretty powerful bloc, but the Israeli High Court has slashed these subsidies, and this is actually going to be jeopardizing Netanyahu, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's leadership, because his coalition relies on these ultra orthodox groups falling in line behind him. If he is cutting away their support, I mean, he's not doing the cutting away, but like his Supreme Court is cutting away these subsidies, and this is something they specifically said that they refuse to allow, these ultra orthodox groups. I get some fucking water, and I'm spilling water on myself. I'm thirsty. Okay, do I have a clip on this? Let's see. Check for a clip here. I don't think so. Okay. So NBC News reports. Let's see. The Israel Supreme Court on Thursday ordered an end to state funding for ultra-Orthodox yeshiva students who do not serve in the army, a blockbuster ruling that could imperil the leadership of Netanyahu as he wages war with Hamas. It's not a war, it's genocide against the Palestinian people. Let's reiterate this. It's not a war. Government faces a separate Monday deadline to come up with a new military conscription plan as the war stirs mainstream public anger over exemptions for the ultra-Orthodox, long-standing point of tension that could now bring political upheaval. Yes, this is another element. Many Zionists are very upset that ultra-Orthodox Jews are exempt from fighting, and they want to force them to fight, which is awful. Absolutely awful if you think about it. Many of the ultra-Orthodox, by the way, have been participants in protesting against the war. They have been very vocal against the actual conflict, against Israel's part in the genocide. So this is also probably a punishment that they're trying to inflict on many of these ultra-Orthodox groups. The court has placed new pressure on Netanyahu's fragile governing coalition party relies on two ultra-Orthodox parties that had demanded the exemptions in place. The collapse of Netanyahu's government would thrust Israel into new elections, which polls suggest he would likely lose. Also, to continue here, to reiterate, Netanyahu's war cabinet, meanwhile, features centrist former military generals who have given voice to mounting frustrations among the Jewish Israeli public over the fact that the ultra-Orthodox have been exempt from service even in the midst of the Israel-Hamas genocide. Isn't that great? See, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Most Jewish men in Israel are required to serve nearly 3 years in the military, along with years of reserve duty, while Jewish women must serve 2 mandatory years. But for decades, exemptions have existed for the ultra-Orthodox, who make up about 13% of Israeli society, to allow them to study full-time in religious seminaries. Yeah. Let's see. The Supreme Court ruled the exemptions discriminatory. Interesting. Netanyahu's Attorney General Gali Miara wrote in a submission to the court that she did not see any legal basis for not moving forward with ultra-Orthodox conscriptions come Monday. Ooh, that's going to be rough. Can you imagine this? 13% of the population has been exempt from going and fighting. You're going to force 13% of the population to be conscripts. This is going to absolutely completely undermine Netanyahu. This is going to cause a humongous rift between a huge portion of the population. This is, I'm not going to say that this is like the death knell of the apartheid, of the genocide, but it's certainly a very striking, very strong indicator that things are going very badly for this group. Obviously, they've achieved a lot of their aims, considering more than 30,000 Palestinians are dead. Absolutely disgusting, by the way, that is the case. But clearly they've been working towards that, and they've achieved that. But they are not going to be happy until they've completely purged Palestine. They're not going to be happy until they take it over and build their fucking apartments and resorts on it, okay? I can only hope that this will change things and change the direction of the conflict, because it's you can't do this. If your entire coalition, if your coalition relies on two ultra-Orthodox groups that have specifically demanded that this exemption remain in place, and your court removes the exemption, you're fucked, man. You're cooked. Your goose is cooked, man. You're dead. You're done. You're zilch done. You're backing up. It's over, bro. I can only see this going badly for Netanyahu. So let's see if the Yahoo is really a Yahoo, because he seems like a Yahoo to me. Okay. Well, that's the news, people. That's all the news I have to cover. So let's move on to something something more fun. Let's move on to something more fun, shall we? I think that would be nice. Let's switch gears to pop culture, shall we? I mean, that's what we like, right? What do you think, big booming voice?
Popular culture barometer. It's time for the weather report.
All right, let's do it. All right. Oh, let's move on. Okay. Welcome to the pop culture segment. What's popping? Where we discuss pop culture, the internet, streaming, video games, movies, TV, more, etc. You know what it is. Let's see what's going on today. What's in my bucket today? I've got a few things. Big news. I didn't hear about this until just like yesterday. Apparently, Ninja has skin cancer. Very sad news. Hey, I can only hope that things go well for Ninja here and that recovery goes smoothly. But yeah, Tyler Ninja Blevins has skin cancer. Very sad to hear. So let's dig in, see what we can find out about the news here. Mr. Blue Hair is reporting he has a melanoma. 32 years old. He's got 19 million Twitch followers. Shared his diagnosis in a post on X on Tuesday. He says, I'm still in a bit of shock, but want to keep you all updated. Dermatologist determined Blevins had melanoma after removing a mole on the bottom of his foot during a routine skin check. Yo, that's it. Okay. You know what? That's okay. I need to formulate my thoughts here. That is, if you get a mole on the bottom of your foot, that's like definitely like, okay, that's like I would be like that's sus. Why the fuck is there a mole on the bottom of my foot? That is sus. Like I would be sussed out. Like that. Does that make sense? I don't know if I feel like I'm not articulating this very well. If I found a mole on the bottom of my foot, that would be incredibly suspicious to me. Now, I have moles on my body. I have a few, but I've never been worried about them because they've always been in normal places. But if it was on the bottom of my foot, that's weird. I would definitely go to a dermatologist at that point. He added that doctors also biopsied a second dark spot near the initial mole and removed a large area around the melanoma to determine whether they had successfully gotten all the cancerous tissue. Recent spate of prominent cancer diagnoses in people younger than 50. A concerning trend that is emerging globally. I wonder what that's all about. Anyway, it is a common type of cancer. He did get melanoma, which is a rare type of skin cancer. It accounts for the majority of skin cancer deaths, but it's good that he caught it early, so that's good. Let's see. Is he going to be okay? That's all I want to know. I just want to know if he's going to be okay. Okay. I don't know if there's any more information about how he's doing. I guess, I mean, if it's skin cancer, you're usually not going to have to worry too much, I think. I don't think that there's like a lot of need for like chemo, for example, or anything like that. It's usually just something you can excise. But yeah, that sucks. I hope he recovers well. I hope there isn't any more skin cancer, you know? Yeah, there's some news there for you. More news. Let's get into some more news. Kotaku. Go into the Kotaku article. Twitch meta changes. So yeah, hey, so Twitch meta changes. Twitch is banning the use of basically any kind of body part. We're gonna pull up a few articles. It should be fine if we pull these up. It's an article. It's a news article. We won't focus or anything like that on the content. But Morg Pie is one of the people leading the charge on this, and probably one of the people got banned right away doing it, if I'm not mistaken. We'll read the article and see what it has to say. But yeah, they're putting down a ban, folks. Creators will no longer be able to stream content that focuses on intimate body parts for a prolonged period of time, as of March 29th. So as of March 29th, you can't focus on the butt, the groin, or the breasts. Let's see. Violations of the new rules can result in the content getting removed, or should creators repeatedly ignore the restrictions, temporary or permanent account bans. Sad. This appears to be a direct reaction to streamer Morgpie, quoting from Kotaku here. On March 12th, Morgpie streamed herself watching a YouTube video that was superimposed on her butt. Same thing on March 14th. She live streamed Fortnite. Then other people followed suit on anime boobs, thighs, entire bodies. I think some people have been putting like ass with like bikini string bikinis and shit. Like, it's pretty fun. Morgpie apparently on the day of the ban was playing the 2018 arcade tower defense games Bloons TD6. Fuck yeah, that's so cool. Morgpie, I think I gotta give you a shout out. Good work out there. I love how much you're pushing the boundaries out there. Like, I think it's sad that Twitch did this. I think that Twitch should just, I'm going to echo something that Will Neff said in one of his recent streams. There should be a Twitch After Dark section. There should be a Twitch After Dark section where you can like have your boobs out and your butt out. And you got to like, here's what you got to do. You got to like verify you're 18 plus if you want to go on one of those streams and like hang out in there. But once you're verified, you can just go and see what's on. And then people can do this shit, because my God, people have been pushing the boundaries here. Yep, see, we got some ass shots here. This is what it looked like earlier. Green screening onto butts and stuff like that. This was after December, when Twitch relaxed its nudity policy. They were trying. They relaxed it too far, I think. They relaxed it in the wrong direction. They need a separate section. That's what they need. I really do feel like they just need a separate section. If they could do that, they could have it both ways, I think. Like, obviously, you probably can't get as many advertisers on the After Dark section, except for maybe like adult advertisements, but they gotta find a way to make this work, because there's so many people on Twitch who just want to tap into that audience and want to like share some like adult content, Oh my goodness. Anyway, other stream news, because there's actually been a lot of crazy stream news happening that I wanted to cover. Here's one that maybe you didn't hear about, but is actually pretty wild. YouTuber Your Fellow Arab has reportedly been kidnapped in Haiti, and is being held for a $600,000 ransom. Very crazy. Let's watch the clip here.
I'm filming this from the same exact spot as my first ever hood video 10 months ago. I'm headed right now to one of my most dangerous trips, and I'm gonna be offline for 4 days, not by choice, but because I have to. If I don't make it back, I just wanted to say thanks. Thanks for everyone who watched. Thanks for everyone who supported, told their friends about it. I'm doing what I enjoy. And I'm happy making the videos I make and living the adventures that I do. So don't feel bad. Tell good stories. And hopefully everyone I've come across has some sort of decent story to tell about me afterwards. And,
this is crazy.
And Mom and Dad, I love you guys. Sorry for putting you through so much shit. That's it for now. And if I do, I'll post on Instagram in 4.5 to 5 days from now. that we survived and have the sickest fucking series coming out.
Oh my god. Bro, come on. This is not worth it.
Thanks for everything.
Bro. Okay. Yeah, that's... No, stop. Come on. I don't want to see that. Okay. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, Addison Pierre Malouf, who goes by Your Fellow Arab on social media, had reportedly traveled to the violence-stricken country to interview infamous warlord Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier before going missing. Crazy stuff. Apparently, this is the guy. Haiti's been going through some rough patches lately. There's been a lot of gang violence that's been emerging lately. The Sun has approached the U.S. Embassy in London and Port-au-Prince, as well as Your Fellow Arabs team for comment. A spokesperson for the U.S. Department of State Bureau of Consular Affairs told The Sun the U.S. Department of State and our embassies and consulates abroad have no higher priority than the safety and security of U.S. citizens overseas. There were reports of the kidnapping of U.S. citizen in Haiti. We reiterate our message to U.S. citizens: do not travel to Haiti. So I don't know much about Your Fellow Arab. I haven't really followed his content before. It seems like his brand of content is going to like dangerous places and filming stuff. Malouf, who is of Lebanese descent and based in Atlanta, often creates videos where he investigates the ins and outs of criminals and gangs around the world. His Instagram profile describes the video creator as a traveler, comedian, and storyteller. But he has not posted since March 12th. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Do we have an exact report? Was the ransom demanded? Oh, here we go. Okay. So, according to Dexerto, local news site Haiti 24 reported that the streamer and his driver had both been seized by Lanmo 100 Ju, a member of the 400 Mowozo gang. So not even the gang he was trying to see, I don't think. A $600,000 USD ransom is being demanded for their safe return, with reports that $40,000 has already been paid. Apparently, let's see. Fellow Twitch streamer Lalem took to X to address rumors surrounding the kidnapping writing. Tried keeping it private for 2 weeks, but it's getting out everywhere now. Yes, Arab has been kidnapped in Haiti, and we're working on getting him out. Love y'all. He'll be out soon. My goodness. This is the last video we recorded before he was kidnapped. Oh, shit. In the video, Addison discussed the dangers of gangs in the area, stating he did not want to take any risks. All it takes is one stupid gang member holding an AK-47 for one thing to go wrong. Let's see if we can watch the video.
So we actually cannot leave to Port-au-Prince until the morning because it's already 6 p.m. and if we leave right now, we'll get there while it's dark. It's about a 6-hour road trip. We'll get there while it's dark, and that place is completely run by gangs. So you don't want to be dealing with the gangs, even though we have safe passage. We're already approved.
Did he break his thumb?
All it takes is one stupid gang member holding an AK-47 for one thing to go wrong. So we're not taking that risk at night. We're going to be leaving at 3 in the morning. I just really wanted to show you guys the view from this hotel. We're the only people in this entire hotel.
What?
Everybody else is workers, employees, etc. Because no one's allowed into the fucking country. So there's no tourists here, okay, other than those Royal Caribbean guys. But I have the entire hotel to myself. Look at that view, man. You got the mountain range. You got the sun setting. Okay, you got the entire Cap Haitian over here. And we've got a pool, which I wasn't going to take advantage of, but how many times in your life are you the only person in an entire hotel because the country's completely shut down?
Bro, they're probably watching the hotel. They're probably like, okay, if there is any motherfucker in that hotel, we're taking them. Like, come on.
No one should be coming in, and you're just a retarded YouTuber.
Okay, come on, man.
I feel like we gotta take advantage of the pool.
Bro, okay. I mean, that's crazy, though. Holy shit. Woo. Okay, yeah, well, okay. Thoughts? I hope he gets out. That sucks. I hope he didn't get too badly hurt. I hope he's okay. That's crazy, man. Why would you... Like, I don't know. I get there's a journalistic element here of, like, wanting to explore what's going on with a place where things are going quite awry. But also, bro, you're the only person at that hotel, man. You don't think you're a target? Oh my God. Like, I would not feel comfortable like showing my face out there on the balcony for the whole world to see. No way. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. Yeah, crazy stuff. So hope he gets out. Wild, absolutely wild. Let's see what else we have here. Couple more things. So other big news that is really breaking out right now in terms of entertainment news is the Sean Diddy Combs situation. If y'all been following it, I don't know if you've been following it, but he's been his house has been raided over sex trafficking allegations. Sean Diddy Combs homes, that's a nice rhyme. Sean Diddy Combs homes have been raided by U.S. law enforcement. Here's what we know, according to the Independent. There's a picture here. Lovely. Love the fact that they needed a whole goddamn fucking APC to go to his fucking home. Love that. What is it? It says police, but this looks like the goddamn military showed up. Jesus Christ. Anyway, homes belonging to Sean Diddy Combs in L.A. and Miami were raided by U.S. Homeland Security on Monday in connection to federal sex trafficking investigation. So that's the other crazy thing about this. It was Homeland Security that raided him, which makes me think this is not just about a domestic issue. This might be an international issue. The sudden raids come as rapper and music mogul, who's credited with helping launch the careers of artists including Biggie Smalls, Mary J. Blige, and Usher, has faced a string of varying accusations over the past 6 months, including sexual assault. I think it's definitely got to be more than just sexual assault, though. Yeah, let's see here. Homeland Security executed in law enforcement actions, part of an ongoing investigation. As far as I'm aware, I think Diddy's out of the country right now. NBC News cited an unnamed source as saying that 3 women and a man had been interviewed by federal officials in Manhattan, and that 3 other interviews were scheduled concerning allegations of sex trafficking, sexual assault, and solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms. Goodness gracious. Do we have any clips? Here's a clip of the footage of them raiding property. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is just fucking special forces here. What's going on, man? Do we need this many dudes here for this fucking raid? Also, what the fuck is that statue? Holy shit. They do not need this many dudes of body armor. What is fucking... Look, even the cops don't have fucking body armor. Come on, man. I mean, they probably have fucking vests underneath, but let's be real. But they don't look like fucking stormtroopers. Jesus. They got the van. They got the investigation van. Miami. Yep. Do be like that, though. Anyway, let's see here. Where is Diddy? Speculation as to Diddy's whereabouts have circulated since the raid. Information about a private jet belonging to the rapper was removed from a popular flight tracking website on Tuesday, the 26th of March. The black 20-seat why did they say this twice? The black 20-seat black Gulfstream Aerospace GB-SP is registered to Love Air LLC. It was spotted in Antigua, in the Caribbean, shortly after news of the raids broke. However, he's not believed to have been on board the jet at the time. Let's see. Latest took off again, and noise. Landed in Antigua. So it doesn't seem like there's any real report on where he is. Diddy was spotted in public for the first time following the raids on Thursday night when he went to Miami Golf Club Topgolf with his twin daughters. I see. And here are the accusations they're throwing against him. Rodney Lil Rod Jones, music producer, accused Diddy of sexually assaulting him and forcing him to sleep with sex workers. Wild. That's wild. Lawsuit was filed accusing Diddy of repeated instances of unsolicited groping and sexual touching. Also said that the man had to work in a bathroom while Diddy showered and walked around naked. Mr. Jones also identified rapper 50 Cent's former girlfriend and the mother of one of his children as one of the alleged sex workers. Holy shit. Another lawsuit filed in December alleged that Diddy had gang raped a 17-year-old girl in 2003. Oh my god. Sex trafficking scheme in which a Jane Doe was flown by private jet from her home in Michigan to New York. Okay. Lovely. What else? Tanika Ray, TV show host and one-time backup singer for Diddy, said she had a horrific experience with the rapper. I just knew to avoid him at all costs. Yes, I danced for him and kept my space. I interviewed him for his project and kept my space. Nothing that is happening is surprising. Apparently, another video has surfaced of Diddy questioning a nervous Justin Bieber, who appears to be 16, about why he had supposedly been keeping his distance. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Diddy and R&B singer Cassie, whose full name is Sandra Ventura, settled a lawsuit after she claimed that she was trafficked, raped, and beaten by the rapper. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. There's a lot of rape in this thing. It is bad. He is a raper, though, apparently. That's what it sounds like. Jesus Christ. On many occasions over 10 years. Holy fuck. I didn't even know some of this stuff. I haven't really been digging into this. He lived an ostentatious, fast-paced, and drug-fueled lifestyle not long after she met him. Signed her to his label when she was 19, and he was 37 in 2005. Oh my god. The pattern of abuse began as soon as the relationship started, and as she was trying to end, all the way up until she was trying to end it in 2018. He forced her into a Los Angeles home and raped her. Oh my god. Her accusations against Diddy were brought through the New York Adult Survivors Act, which expired at midnight on November 23rd, 2023. Okay. Goodness gracious. What has he said? Let's see. He said he's going to fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. A gross overuse of military level force. I mean, that is true. I will give him that. U.S. Homeland Security did kind of pull out all the stops. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Yeah, I don't know if I buy that. There's a lot of people saying that he's a bad dude. I don't think it's all a conspiracy. I think it's most likely that this dude did some of that stuff, at least some of that stuff. But yeah, that's been coming out. People have been really talking about it. He's apparently got a drug mule involved in this. Let's see here. I want to find out what this dude's deal is here. Oh, hang on. As the Fed searches his states, Diddy was waiting at the Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport, where he was reportedly questioned near the tarmac by federal agents. He was free to go, but a tall young man in his entourage was arrested. His name is Brendan Paul. Apparently, this is the guy. He was booked for possession of cocaine and controlled substances. Queries to his attorney have gone unanswered, but so far it does not appear that Paul has entered a plea. Let's see. Paul, an aspiring music producer, had achieved an enviable position as a team member on one of rap's richest figures. I cannot read today. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what his deal is. What is important about him? Okay. Brendan Paul's name. Okay. According to Jones, Paul's role was to acquire and distribute drugs and guns for Diddy and to carry drugs for him on domestic flights and during international travel. Per the lawsuit, Paul carried drugs including ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, and ketamine on international flights to England and St. Bartholomew during his time working for Diddy. At some of Diddy's famous soirees, including the Christmas yacht party pictured below, right here. Okay. Paul was allegedly advised to put ecstasy into the champagne served to guests and carry around drugs for partygoers to enjoy. Oh my god. On the back end of the alleged sex trafficking operation, the lawsuit claims Paul was also responsible for negotiating the fees the sex workers received and ensuring they were being paid, according to the Intelligencer. Oh my god. Holy shit. Interesting. Okay, well, apparently Diddy needed a fall guy and a guy to handle his drugs and hookers, so, yeah, this was his dude. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, there's your news, by the way, for the Diddy situation. I'm sure this will develop further as more happens. Goodness gracious. Oof. That is some spicy business. My take is that I think he probably did it. I can't say for certain, of course, but there's a lot of people saying that Diddy did some fucked up shit. I mean, that dude has some pill bottles on him in that photo. I mean, I'm not surprised if that dude is involved somehow. I mean, come on. I want to say at least 50% of these fucking mogul types have like a drug guy, have like a sex worker guy, have like a fixer who handles all of their like illegal shit so that they don't get in trouble. Like, it's just a thing, you know? This just makes sense. Like, if you're gonna be a big shot like this, you're gonna act like a big shot, and you're gonna have a fixer, and that's his fixer guy, clearly. Yeah, crazy stuff. I gotta say. I don't know though. Diddy seems like a sussy dude. For sure. Let's see what else is up here. Other incredible drama coming out. This is I don't know if this came out this week. I don't think it came out this week, but it is following up on some of the developments, because there's more episodes coming out, and I really got to watch this thing. I really got to like figure out where this is at, and like go watch it for myself. But Quiet on Set, that's the new hot show coming out right now. That goes into just kind of an expose on Nickelodeon over the course of the 90s, 2000s, 2010s under Dan Schneider and a bunch of other fucking crazy fuckers that he had hired. It's a crazy documentary. Let's see here. One of the people involved in it, Drake Bell, he's had his own run-ins with the law, but he is involved because he was actually kind of a central figure who had experienced a lot of abuse. Hold on. Drake Bell's opening up for the first time about the abuse he endured as a teen star in the new docuseries Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV. Bell was sexually abused when he was 15 by Brian Peck. That guy figures prominently in this documentary. Horrible dude, absolutely horrible dude. Who worked as a dialogue coach on the Amanda Show while Bell was a cast member. I had no way out. The abuse was extensive and it got pretty brutal, according to Drake. He also reveals that he was the anonymous teen whose accounts of abuse led to Peck's 2003 arrest and eventual conviction. The investigation was pretty brutal. I had to be excruciatingly detailed about every single thing. A time that it had happened with two absolute strangers. Yeah, that's awful to have to cover. This is the fucking bastard here. Look at this disgusting fucking goblin. Ugh. Evil man. Peck pled no contest to two counts of child sexual abuse. He had a whole crew of people behind him too in the courtroom. This guy had a bunch of people behind him. He was sentenced to 16 months in prison in 2004 and ordered to register as a sex offender after his release. He was then hired by Disney, by the way. He was then hired by Disney after he got out, by the way, mind you. This horrible monster got hired by Disney right after he got out. There's more. There's some follow-up episodes coming out. They're returning. They're going to talk about it. That's coming out April 7th. I want to hear more about what's going on with that. Kenan Thompson says, "My heart goes out to fellow Nickelodeon stars featured in Quiet on Set. They've gone through terrible things," he says. Let's see here. He was talking to Tamron Hall, the daytime talk show. Thompson was a child performer. He was a original cast member. I remember him from all that when I was growing up. I remember watching all that. I remember Good Burger, all that shit. Keenan and Kel, hell yeah. Thompson has not watched it, apparently. It's a tough subject. It's tough for me because I can't really speak on things that I never witnessed. All these things happened after I left, basically. Dan Schneider wasn't really on Kenan and Kel like that. He got a created by credit, but it was a different showrunner, Thompson shared. All that negativity kind of started happening outside of our tenure at Nickelodeon. I wasn't really aware of a lot of it, but my heart goes out to anyone that's been victimized or their families. That's something I was wondering. I didn't know if he was involved in that or not. Yeah. Tough stuff. What else is going on here? Let's dig into it a bit more. Dan Schneider, who was the Golden Boy creator of a lot of shows. He's a disgusting guy, dude. He's had like a very clear foot fetish that came out over time as people started to put the pieces together. The Nickelodeon logo was a big foot. There were like foot-based gags in the shows constantly. They had tweets where they were requesting feet from their fans. Like, it got really, really dark. Let's see. He had an apology, by the way. He had an apology video. I wonder if that's apology. Here we go. Dan Schneider talks about Quiet on Set. I just want to like quickly play a little bit here where he just like,
it's Boogie. I played Tebow on Nickelodeon's iCarly.
He got Tebow, this guy Tebow, to give him a softball interview about like what he did and how sorry he feels.
Number that didn't have a great time working for me, so my batting average isn't nearly high enough in that area. And the way they wouldn't get the best of me is that I would let the pressure of doing 40 or even more episodes per year, I would let that pressure get to me.
This is the sort of thing that you're going to hear from his interview. It's a lot of things like this where he's like, oh, I just didn't give my best. I wasn't giving my best here. I mean, I could scroll to let's scroll to something else here.
And they're approving all of this stuff. Okay. And we're also shooting it in front of all sorts of adults and caregivers and the set teacher and the families. Everybody's watching it. And if anybody had said anything, hey, we don't like that, that's not appropriate, then it would have been cut out.
Okay, yeah, see, this is the sort of thing you're going to hear from this interview. It's 20 minutes of drivel. Definitely worth watching, though, if you want to get a like masterclass in picking out avoidance from somebody. This is going to be a great masterclass because you're going to see just about everything you could possibly do to avoid taking responsibility for something while also trying to look like you're taking responsibility for something, because he does so much apologizing and being like, oh, if I had known, blah, 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 shit like this. But every time they try to pin him down on something in this, even with these softball questions, he finds some way to avoid it and skirt out of it. It's pretty awful to see. But yeah. Well worth your watch, I think. Go check out Quiet on Set. I think it's worth checking out because it's important to see what happens when awful people who have no oversight have their way, because people get hurt all the time in this sort of business. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Last thing to cover on our news docket here before we hop over to my new segment, the Kate Middleton news, because this has been something that I've been looking at. People have been wondering where Kate Middleton's been for a while now, and apparently she had cancer. So this not the only person here having cancer. Apparently it's Ninja and it's Kate Middleton. Apparently, So Kate Middleton had a tight circle of knowledge around cancer news. Heck of a shock, friend says. Wary of leaks to the press, Princess of Wales was open about her diagnosis to some, but other close friends of confidence were unaware. See if there's anything on this clip here that's worthwhile. Nope, this is just some fucking clip show. Okay. I'll just kind of go over the topic here. In a video that sent shockwaves around the globe on March 22nd, Princess Kate, 42, revealed she had been diagnosed with cancer and was undergoing chemotherapy. The royal mom, so famous for her unerring poise, spoke about initially keeping the diagnosis private for the sake of our young family. Her voice cracking at the reference to Prince George 10, Prince Charlotte 8, and Prince Louis 5, whom she shares with Prince William. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery. It has been an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family.
Yep. Okay. Well, that explains it for me. Yeah. So that sucks. I mean, abdominal cancer, that's no fun. I mean, she's got a great team. Clearly, she's royalty. So, you know, they're going to take care of her. I mean, those Charles, he's a fucking cretin. They kept him alive. He has cancer. I mean, they're going to keep her alive. Don't worry. But yeah, that sucks to hear, but it is what it is. You know, cancer happens. It seems like it's happening more and more these days, honestly. But yeah, people have been wondering where she's been for a few months, and that helps kind of wrap up that mystery in a neat bow. Apparently, I don't know if I agree with this. NBC News is running with this story here about shadowy Russian actors spreading Princess Kate conspiracies to undermine trust in government and monarchy and shit like this. I don't buy this. I mean, let's see what they have to say here. Social media accounts linked to a prominent Russian disinformation campaign. We're all too happy to capitalize on blah blah blah. Why? That's what I have to ask. It's not as though these Russian linked accounts were driving the story. They were jumping on it. Okay, the campaign's aims are twofold. First, use the traffic associated with Kate to disseminate for Russia content, often related to its war in Ukraine. How? Second, sow discord. How? I don't see the connection here. I'm sorry. I don't see the connection here. NBC News, I'm just going to say this here really quickly. I don't really see the connection. I think it's perfectly understandable that people might be suspicious that one of the most photographed women in history, Kate Middleton, would be, oh hey, hi Nara, happy Easter. Is it Easter today? Oh shit. Happy Mew Mew, hello, hi, welcome to Coffee with Kahtide. Hope you're doing well. We're wrapping up our pop culture segment. I'm going over the Princess Kate story. She recently reported that she has abdominal cancer, and that's why she's been out of the spotlight lately. But apparently NBC News is saying that this is a Russian disinformation campaign, which is ridiculous because, of course, it makes sense that the royal family is going to keep this under wraps. They don't want to spread this news out there and get everyone fucking worked up, of course. And how is this going to undermine people's trust in government in any way when people already don't trust government? This is so ridiculous. People don't trust government not because Princess Kate is out of the spotlight for 4 months because she has cancer. It's because we don't trust the government because they do things like Brexit, or they will lock up asylum seekers in floating barges, or they will undermine the NHS. That's why they don't trust the fucking UK government. It's not because Kate Middleton is at hospital. She's at hospital. She's at hospital, and the Russians are trying to make everyone suspicious of her being in hospital. Is that what's going on here? I don't get it. I don't get it personally. But if you wanted to know what's happening with Kate Middleton and where the hell she's been over the past few months, there you go, folks. Anyway, that wraps up our last section here, or our last news story in this section, I should say. We're moving on to a new section in the show, which I haven't done before, but one I'm actually very excited to hit on. We're going to be doing a new section called Complaining with Kahtide. So let's get into it, shall we? Here we go. All right, folks, this is exciting. I'm pumped because this is something I've been considering doing for a little bit, and let me tell you, complaining is one of my favorite things to do by far. By far, I love complaining so much. So I wanted to kind of set up the premise for why I'm complaining here first. So, and what I am complaining about. Let's be real too. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with Joseph. Is it Joseph Geller? Am I remembering that correctly? Jacob Geller. I'm sorry. It's another J name. Jacob Geller. So Jacob Geller is a great video essayist. I would highly recommend go check out some of his content. He does some really good videos and stuff. I did enjoy this video as well. Spelled with a K. Yes, complaining with Kahtide is spelled with a K. Absolutely. Everything spelled with a K. Anyway, so in his video Art for No One, I'm not going to really play it because I don't want to like copyright struck or anything like that. But he talks about a land art installation. It goes into kind of topics about art for no one, like things that like video games and art that are made to not be experienced by people. They're made to just exist. And how that's kind of like a difficult concept to grapple because art itself is like, it's hard to like make art that people can't see while also being able to talk about it because people have seen it then, you know? And it is definitely an interesting video, absolutely. But it got me thinking about something entirely different. It took me in a different direction, which was I started thinking about land art because he talks about land art and he talks about a specific piece of land art that kind of started this off for me. He talks about a land art sculpture called City. City is I'll make it some photos for you here so you can see because there are some good photos of City. It is a sprawling kind of structure meant to resemble a city. Let me see if I can pull up some photos for us here. Here we go. We can pull up a couple photos here. Yeah, here we go. So this is City. It is a mile by mile and a half long complex made of local materials. It is a structure that out in the middle of the American Southwest in Nevada, flanked by things like Area 51, nuclear test sites. It is made to evoke Mesoamerican structures like the Aztecs and the Mayans. And I hate it. I absolutely hate looking at this thing. This thing, it pisses me off looking at. And I want to explain it because, oh shit, I don't want to look at sponsored content. Thank you. I want to explain why it pisses me off. And honestly, why land art itself pisses me off in general. So I was like dwelling on this. I watched the video. I was thinking about it all night. I was like, why does this piss me off? And I started to hit on it. There's like land art as a concept is it is a frustrating concept to me because it claims to be many things and fails to be many things. That one drill quote about a bunch of guys going to the desert to either die or prove a point. Yes, no, I mean that's so true though. But okay, let's look at City. Okay, it is located in the middle of the desert, as far away from from people as possible. It is maintained by a foundation with limited reservation viewing of 6 visitors per day. It's only open a certain number of days a year, so it's already like completely limited by how many people can see it. You have to like sign up on a lottery system to be able to even get it. And it's like trespassing is apparently forbidden otherwise. Someone should mod that into New Vegas. Oh my god, can you imagine? That'd be pretty funny actually. But yeah, so there's like all these rules around allowing people to go to it in the first place. It's built on tribal land, by the way. Look at this here, by the way. We're gonna go to the website. I want to point this out here. This is built on tribal land. It's meant to evoke like Native American architecture with a modern twist. Let's see here. Is there a land acknowledgement here? Let's see here. I wonder if there is a land acknowledgement here because I think there might be. I remember reading it earlier. Here we go. On tribal lands. Oh boy, I guess they didn't learn from Mount Rushmore. They didn't. They did not. This is a scar on the land. Triple Aught Foundation respectfully acknowledges that the city has been created within the ancestral territories of the Nuwu, Southern Paiute, and Niue, Western Shoshone, who lived in and around the vicinity and called this land home, as their ancestors did before them. Isn't that awesome? And here's some more information. Triple Aught Foundation, the 501c3 that oversees and operates Michael Heiser City, has complete discretion as to the acceptance of any visitor request. City is located on private property and only invited guests are permitted on the property. All other visitors will be denied access to the property. Invited guests must advise Triple Aught Foundation of any medical condition. The sculpture City is a registered work protected by federal copyright law. The Triple Aught Foundation has a strict copyright enforcement policy regarding unauthorized photographing or filming of the work. No unauthorized reproductions, blah, blah, blah. Anyone violating this policy will be asked to leave. Hey, guess what, by the way? They say this, and yet, this structure is on public land. This structure is on public land. This structure is on public land. It's on public land. Literally, Senator Harry Reid introduced a bill in order to protect the land around city and make it federal land, exempt from mineral and energy development, because he was so enamored with this fucking structure. It's part of Basin Range National Monument. It's on a national monument, which means it's public land, which means you should be able to go to it, which means it's not illegal to go to. There's no trespassing here. This is on public land, so you should be able to just walk there if you want to. That was the first thing that pissed me off, by the way. So this is a land art sculpture that is like a square mile in size, where you're banned from going there unless you have a reservation where you pay money to go. Awful. So that was the first thing that pissed me off. That kind of behavior pissed me off. This kind of like desire to bar people from art. I can't abide by that by any measure. But you know, that was the first thing that pissed me off. Second thing that pissed me off, it's on native land. And it's on public land, mind you, on public land. So two things there. It's also lazy. I'm sorry. I want to go over some of these pictures together with you. I want to go through some of these pictures with you. This is supposed to evoke like the grandeur and the emptiness of like a Mesoamerican ruin. Look at this. It's gravel. It's a pile of gravel arranged in a pile and pressed together. This guy spent 50 fucking years making this. This is from 1970 to 2022 was when it opened. He destroyed his body to make this. Doesn't this look like utterly hollow? What does this say about anything? If this is supposed to evoke the monuments of a long gone culture, think about what those monuments represented. Like, god damn it, the stupid sponsored content. Let's look at one of the inspirations. I think it was Chichen Itza. Isn't that correct? Let's see here. Yeah, Chichen Itza is one of the inspirations for this for this construction. This is a monument. This is a religious monument. This is a religious structure. This is a center of life in a culture. This is where people gathered. This would have been the central feature of like a city, of a village, or alternatively, this would have been a structure that people would visit and maintain and like take care of. You know, let's see here. Let's see what the history of this place is. Yeah, this would have been a city. It would have been a political organization, a center of political organization. Chichen Itza was a major economic power. Look at that. See, this is a central area. This is a whole structure. Look, there's a whole area where people lived. People lived and existed. This is not a place where people live or exist. This is a like white man's idea of modern art. This is a white man's idea of modernity and of creating a monument to last forever. It's not a monument. It's an ostentatious piece in the middle of the desert that was funded by millionaire art donors to make a statement out in the desert to feel like they did something. It's pointless. It evokes nothing. It does nothing to help anyone. It does nothing to improve anyone's lives. It does nothing to connect a community together. It is pointless. It is utterly pointless. And this really pissed me off. And so I really started to dig into this a bit more. And I want to kind of look at some land art here together. And I want to look at some land art and talk about some of the reasons for why land art is bullshit. Let's look at another one from Michael Heiser, shall we? Let's get another one from Michael Heiser and see what else he's made. This is one of the ones that got him on the map. Let's mind you, let's cover the history of it. So I want to look at this. So this is the artwork. He blew up a trench in a canyon. This is the trench. It's called double negative. That's the artwork. Here it is for scale. This is the trench that he blew up. It is just a trench. That's all it is. It is a trench. It is a trench. That's it. That's all it is. It's 30 feet wide, 50 feet deep, 1,500 feet long, created by displacing 244,000 tons of rocks. It's a negative space. It's man-made and natural negative space together. That's it. That's what it is. Isn't that so clever? Let's see here. Let's look at the history of this. In 1969, the art dealer Virginia Dwan funded the purchase of the 60-acre site. 60 acres. That's one point I wanted to talk about. A lot of land art relies on cheap land. A lot of land art relies on wealthy funders that will buy your land for you so that you can work on it. This was bought by somebody. Purchased from who and for who? Exactly. This is a purchase from... who is it purchased from? I don't even know here. This is probably just open land, because there's a ton of open land out there in the American Southwest that is for sale, and it's cheap. So Virginia Dwan bought the land, 60-acre site for him. He transferred the property, the artist, let's see, hang on. Funded the purchase. The artist transferred the property deeds to Dwan. So Dwan owns it now. Apparently, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who owns it now at this point, because somebody owns it. It's been donated already to MoCA in LA. But this is the artwork. It was funded. It was bought. It was paid for. It was cheap land. It was cheap tribal land, by the way. So what is the point of this? What did this achieve? This is just a fucking chasm. It's just a fucking little chasm you carve. What does this achieve? What kind of art? What does this say? What does this say to anybody? It doesn't say anything. It is vacant of meaning. It is utterly vacant of meaning, which is wild, because when you look at the land art movement, the original point of the land art movement was like a countercultural push against corporatism, against capitalism, against like the atrocious ways that humans use land and transform the land for their own purposes. And yet this dumb fuck decided, hey, you know what I'm going to do to highlight how awful it is that man transforms the land for his own purposes? I'm going to transform the land for my own purposes. What the fuck, man? How did you arrive to that? How did you arrive to that point? Let's look at another one. Another really lazy one here. This one is particularly lazy, by the way. I feel this one was also mentioned in the video, by the way, and I'm not dropping any shade on Jacob Geller. I think it's fine that he covered this stuff. You can like this stuff if you want. I personally just don't like this. Here we go. Levitated mass, another Michael Heiser one. This guy is just on a roll, by the way. It's a boulder supported by a couple of little props there, little struts there. That's it. Oh my God, I'm so angry. I have to pee right now. I didn't want to have to pee. Okay. I'm going to make you look at this while I go pee. I'm going to be right back. I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Now, while I was gone, did anyone glean any meaning out of this? Any meaning out of this piece here? Do you feel like you've learned anything? It's the same guy, yes, Nara. These three have all been the same guy. Also, I know, but every time I see this, I think of Mario 64 level. It looks like a Mario 64 trap. Like you have to kick the support out to unlock a star or something. Yes, exactly. It's not art. It's a boulder. It's just a boulder suspended over a pathway. It's so lazy. It's so utterly lazy. It's so lazy. What does it do? What does it mean? Art. Like, okay, look. Our art, maybe you're not always going to get the meaning behind art or like the aesthetic direction behind art all the time. And I get that. That's fine. But this is just a boulder that's levitated. It's not even levitated. It's propped up over a pathway. It's not levitated. It's just so lazy. Anyone could do this. And I mean it. Anyone, like, if you had enough money and enough, like, if you had like a fucking construction crew ready to go, you could make it. This is nothing. This is easy. I could do this. I could think this up. And this is the problem with so much land art, is that most of it is not even that like conceptually interesting. It's just not. In the next Kahtide complaint episode, Kahtide yells inside a modern art museum. I'm gonna have to give, for the next Kahtide complains, I'm gonna have to pick something else to complain about and give art a break, I think. Just so I don't kill it, you know? I don't want to kill art. Hang on. I'm gonna pull up another one here. So we've got this is a new artist. This is a different artist. Time Landscape. Oh, this one is annoying. I hate this one in particular. So this one is it's in New York. Basically the concept is that it's native plants or plants that were native to New York City in pre-colonial times, planted in a kind of park area. Yeah, it looks like it would have looked like this originally. Basically just a park. Here it is. You can see it. Look, it's at the corner of LaGuardia Place and West Houston Street in NYC. The whole concept is bad, I think. I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain why it's so vacant. So here you can see some of the galleries here of some of the pieces. Because I don't think I'm not sure if it fully exists anymore. But yeah, so basically the idea is that this is supposed to be like a memorial for the lost plant life, you know, or the lost environment of New York that was, you know, cleared away to make the city. Yeah, this is, I find this just utterly vacant. Like this says nothing. This teaches nothing. This does nothing to elevate the conversation at all. You planted a bunch of like old plants, and then what? What's the commentary? Elaborate on this more, okay? Because are you saying this is bad? Are you saying this is good? Are you saying that, you know, what does this say? Like, was this like the time before people lived here? Because, you know, there were people that lived in New York, right? Like before the colonists came, right? Pre-colonial times weren't just a wild forest, right? You know, they were like people that lived there that took care of the land and managed it before you came along. It wasn't just a fucking like time capsule. That's like the thing that pisses me off. It feels like they're treating this like it's a time capsule, like, oh, we did so wrong by the environment here. When like, there were people taking care of the land there. They were telling you how to take care of the land. They were wanting to take care of the land that you were interrupting. It's not like, no, this should not be a memorial to the empty landscape of New York. This should be a memorial to the gardeners that were killed. You know? Am I wrong? I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know. It's very vacant. It's very vacant. It's very thoughtless. It's just, I don't. A natural memorial akin to war memorials. Blah. Yeah. Okay. Should we have war memorials? Should we? Do we really need war memorials? I don't think we do, necessarily. Maybe we don't need that. Anyway, let's move on. I want to do another one. This one's even more pointless. Here we go. This one's by Robert Smithson. It's called Spiral Jetty. It is a spiral jetty. Cool. Awesome. Here it is in 2005. Here you go. View from shore. Cool. What's the point? It's a spiral. Okay. What does it say? Let's see. Where is this even located? It's in Utah. Okay. Yep. What is it? What's the point then? What does it mean? What does it say? It's just it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say it's just all it is just a spiral jetty. That's all it is. That's it. It stumps me. It utterly stumps me. It's like it's trying to evoke this spiritual bent that just apes like ancient peoples, ancient cultures, or native peoples, but then it doesn't like have any connection to like anything that those people would have actually considered important. Those people didn't just like make spirals and like make pictograms because they looked cool. They made those because they were saying something with them. They were telling stories with them. They were sharing their culture. This doesn't share any culture. Like, all this shares to me is how vacant and how empty American culture is. Because these are mostly American. Like, land art is primarily an American pastime, which makes sense considering how much fucking empty land we have here that's cheap for them to buy and fuck around with. But anyway, like, what does this say about America? What is this communicating about America? What does this say about what does City say about America? What does Spiral Jetty say about America? It has nothing to say because America has nothing to say. That's my point here. It's devoid of meaning, and it seems to believe that by putting on the airs of a spiritual experience or a monumental experience, that you can come away feeling like something important happened to you when nothing important happened to you. It's a spiral jetty made of stone. Fucking children at my goddamn river would do something like this. I've seen kids do shit like this in the goddamn river near my house. Like when I grew up. Like, this is not cool. This is not interesting. This is just you moving stone. Like, good job, buddy. Congratulations. You moved a bunch of stone in a spiral pattern. You want to fucking applause? They do that in fucking Qatar and fucking Saudi Arabia all goddamn day. Nobody fucking gives them a fucking high five for it. Nobody says they're a goddamn artist. Am I insane? Am I insane? Like, Kahtide yells a kid down the river. No, I'd be like, good job, kid. Hey, don't make any money from this. Don't become an artist. Just do this for fun. That's what I would say. Here, let's do another one. This one's even more stupid. Here we go. Here's another river-based one. Another Robert Smithson one. It's called Broken Circle Spiral Creek. Cool. Okay. What is this? What is the point? Look at this. Okay. There's a spiral of water and a semicircle, like a half circle of water. And it's dirt. And there's a stone in the middle. Okay. Cool. What's the point? It's a sand quarry, okay? That's it. That's it. You're just in a sand quarry making sand sculptures. What is the point of this? Apparently, the geological and industrial history of the Drenthe region drew Smithson to Emmen. He was fascinated by the constructed landscape of the Netherlands. Smithson was both interested in landscape that suggested prehistory, committed to working with landscapes scarred by industry. Okay, what else does he say? Section in the water is a centrifugal image. The path of its earthbound companion is centripetal. What does that mean? The two elements had a decentering effect. Okay. This is, do you like use a shovel, or I don't know if he's, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I feel like they wrap up this sort of thing in like the language of art. They'll say things like the nature of this environmental structure is decentering. It puts you in an offset intangible experience. The luminous verdant nature of the grassland around it frames it in stark contrast to the dirt and sand of the structure. They say shit like this, and it doesn't say anything. It says nothing. It has nothing to say. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't connect it to anybody as like. What does this say to any person? It doesn't say anything to me. I guarantee you, even if I walked on this spot, it wouldn't say anything to me. All I would think is, oh, okay, this is an interesting shape for land. Like, cool. It looks like somebody made this. Okay. It looks like a walkway. It looks like a fucking like some landscaping project that some middle American decided to do in their lake next door. You know, they were like, okay, we're gonna make some sort of like some like land project here. We're gonna like make a nice little jetty where we can like barbecue or something. You know, this is what this makes me think of. It doesn't make me think of art. Oh my god. Does it look any better now that it's been like a few years? I guess there's some vegetation in there finally. Cool. And that's the other thing. This sort of shit just erodes. Like, is there? Oh, there's a spiral hill next to it. I didn't even know there was a spiral hill next to it. Okay. I guess. Cool. Okay. So you made a spiral hill of dirt. Once again, this is like, come on. I've seen this like down the road for me. I've seen a pile of dirt covered in grass down the road for me in a spiral shape. This is not cool. This is not surprising. This is just something that like a construction team would leave behind. They would just dump some dirt on the side of the road. Can you please? I just want them to try harder. Like, if they want to make land art, try harder, please. Just try harder. That's all I'm asking. Like, try. Like, it's like they try to ape like an archaeological site and make it look like it's lived in, but it's just an pointless, empty space. Okay, let's see. Do I have any other examples? I have like 2 more examples I want to cover before I wrap up this little complaining session of mine. Here we go. This one is great. This one is just so good. Robert Smithson. My God. I'm going to look at this guy. Look at this asshole. Let's take a look at this idiot. This looks like the kind of idiot who would think that this is high art. Look at this. Look at this highbrow ass motherfucker. Yes, other artists may apply paint to canvas. They may apply a brush to canvas, but I move earth. I move continents. That's the kind of dipshit this guy is. Look at him. Oh my god. Okay, let's look at this. This is partially buried woodshed. Look at that. It is what it says on the tin. Okay. It is an existing woodshed and earth added by the artist in order to illustrate the concept of entropy. Nora says, he looks like a sci-fi author who would start a cult, who jokes at first but serious after it gets him money. He does look like L. Ron Hubbard a little bit. I agree. You're right. You're definitely right. Seriously, this is it. It's a 1 woodshed and 20 truckloads of earth. This is stupid. This is my park. This is like, it's just a bunch of bricks. Yes, this is just listen, it's not even that it's just a bunch of bricks. It wasn't even bricks he put down. It was just some woodshed on the fucking property of this fucking university. Which university? Kent State University in Ohio. It was just a woodshed on the property that he put dirt in. He just filled in a woodshed with dirt. This is not art. This is just a construction project. How is this art? So he took a picture and that's it. Exactly. It's just that's it. It's got a sign and everything. Look at that. Look at that. It's got a sign and everything. It's just a fucking bury. It's just, he just took a photo of it. He buried it and took a photo of it. That's it. That's it. That's it. This is what land art is to people. Is this. This guy is on a fucking roll, by the way. Robert Smithson, making some of the worst fucking art I've ever seen. He's literally he's like the Rothko of land art at this point. I swear to God. All right. Last one. This one's a one that's in development, and I thought this would be a fun one to share with you. Here's one that's in development. Rodin Crater is a cinder cone type of volcanic cone from an extinct volcano with a remaining interior volcanic crater. It is located approximately 50 miles northeast of the city of Flagstaff in Arizona. Artist James Turrell acquired the crater. How do you acquire a crater, by the way? Absolutely insane that you can acquire a crater. He's been transforming it into a massive naked eye observatory designed specifically for viewing and experiencing skylight, solar, and celestial phenomenon. Isn't that great? So another fucking bullshit fucking nouveau and ancient like Mesoamerican like sky observatory concept here. Love that. The fleeting winter and summer solstice events will be highlighted. Lovely. Hey, that's cool. Kanye West filmed this 2019 movie, Jesus is King, at Rodin Crater. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder why that. I wonder what that's all about. I wonder if maybe he was one of the funders for this. Interesting. Question mark. In 2019, Arizona State University partnered with James Turrell to collaborate on the project with the help of a $1.8 million gift. The project, referred to the ASU Rodin Crater Project at ASU, is currently centered at the Herberger Institute for Design and the Arts and hopes to foster interdisciplinary collaboration between the arts and sciences. Courses at ASU, including one titled Indigenous Stories in Sky Science, oh no, taught by Professor Dalla Costa, have already begun including the Rodin Crater into their curriculum. Hey everybody, you know this land that was definitely most likely almost 100% gonna be native land? Hey, why don't we teach you about how sky science happens and also how this is going to be an observatory for sky science? Isn't that awesome? Hey, isn't that great? Isn't that great? Let's look at James Turrell. Hey, look at James Turrell. Hey, does he look like a native person? I don't think he looks like a native person. He looks like a shitty white guy. Look at that. Interesting. It's Santa. Yeah, it's fucking Santa. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Love that. Oh, great. Oh, hey, look. That's interesting. He made a skyscape, and it's in Israel, in Jerusalem. Hey, another reason to hate this guy. Anyway, yeah, there's a new one coming up for you if you're interested in what the land art project is producing here. Jesus is King, everybody. Don't forget. And I think I'll wrap it up there. I just wanted to finish. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I wanted to complain to the people and let them know. I'm gonna. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna wrap this up in a nice little bow, just so you understand where I sit on the land art movement. It is conceptually lazy. You can do things like put a rock over your head or make a spiral of rocks and call that art. It's dependent on cheap land. It's dependent on native land, a fact that's often ignored or written off with a land acknowledgement. It often damages and scars the land in the name of art. It adopts and adds the spiritual bent to its art to ape ancient and native peoples. Most of the works have nothing to say beyond aesthetics. Initially, it existed to criticize commercialization in America, and now it's subject to that commercialization. It is purposely inaccessible to common people. Land art is expensive, and it relies on wealthy elite patrons in order to make it. The land is changed for individual validation and not for some future good or for some cultural significance. The land art is often a white American's game. Land art tends to ape archaeological sites which were lived in, but instead of actually creating a lived in space, it tends to create pointless empty spaces that aren't used by anyone except to ogle at. And lastly, land art is a monument to modernity, which is why it always feels empty and hollow. The moral, according to Nara, destroy landscape art projects. Thank you. That is the moral. Agreed. Destroy landscape art projects. Return the land to the people. And stop making this pretentious ass shit for wealthy fucking patrons. This shit is bullshit. It's stupid and idiotic. So yeah, that's my take. And that's where we'll end the stream today. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you, everybody, for watching or who is catching this on Spotify or on the VODs later on. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Catch me next week, Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be streaming some more. I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing more Morrowind, but I'm definitely going to be playing Darkwood. So go check that out. I had a friend request me stream Darkwood, so we're going to be trying that out. New game, so that'll be fun. I stream Saturdays and Sundays at noon, so check it out. If you want to check out my social media, that's Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Blue Sky, X, Mastodon, Discord link is at the bottom, Patreon link is at the bottom. Go check out Salve Development, SALVE development.com for my video game project. And really appreciate y'all being here. Until next time, when we talk about the news some more. Bye-bye.
Well, looks like that's our show, folks. Until next time.